Identity versus lie-dentity. This has been an important topic for me because, especially as of late, due to various reasons that pertain to just mental and um, just the thoughts and all those things that kind of come together to uh, kind of basically tell us or um, dictate like who we are. And your thoughts are not who you are. But I've been really just going through this season of like, how can I get through um, just some of the mistakes that I've made, get through some bad relationships that I've made, get through some of the mistakes and overall lessons. How can I, leverage those experiences versus using those as, you can say, life defining experiences that kind of shape a more negative mentality or mindset that just gets carried through or just leads you down several spirals that just don't make it conducive to get anything done or to even let alone have people around to witness that. So I wanted to share this with you guys because it's important. I mean, it's more than important because it's really kind of stems back to like the stories we tell ourselves and how if we can change our story, we can change our life. I heard that somewhere before. Maybe that was Tony Robbins or something, but that always stuck with me because even though like I came from a certain like background where single parent and all that, and living off of government assistance, I still had this internal belief that no matter what was going on or what cards I was dealt, I was gonna make the most of it, no matter if I had people to help me or not. And it was kind of something that really God like planted inside me that I chose to continue to tap into. But I wanted to share that context because fast forwarded to now, maybe you could say 15 or so years later, I just find it even more important. And even I can say my mentality there is a little different now due to just living life a little bit, and just the weight and the pressure and all the things that go into just being a human and living a little bit. But I wanted to share this because I know some of you guys out there are just in your head or just over analyzing certain situations versus just seeking help or taking action on things that you feel God is calling you to, or things that you've already have identified that are skill sets. Because for me, it's so easy to like lose track of kind of where you've come from and where you are versus to the skills that you've acquired, the experiences you've acquired, and the wisdom you required. So, and it's so easy because you can just rationalize. You can say like, "Man, this situation failed," or "This my job didn't go as planned," or "This particular relationship didn't go as I thought." And you can just use that as an indictment of like, "Man, I'm a failure," or "Man, nothing is working out." Because let's be honest, these things can compound as far as just like, trying things and things not working out, but that's part of life. And they're not really failures as, a popular saying in the world is, but it's mostly lessons that continue to refine you and shape you to be a bigger and better version of yourself that not only would just help you, but help others around you. So, just being mindful of that, being mindful of the stories you're telling yourself, the thoughts you have, and knowing that all your thoughts that you're having, they're not necessarily going to be positive, and they're not necessarily going to be extremely identifying to who you are. They're meant to be overcome with either one, casting them away, as far as like, all right, I got this negative thought coming to mind, but how can I uh, basically get rid of it fast, as far as switching gears to something that you know to be true versus, which is like the controllables, or which is knowing like, all right, I've been through certain things that could validate um, that I'm not a failure, that I have accomplished things, and not like we are our accomplishments, but they can simply serve as receipts, or you can say evidence, to help you cast those thoughts. And most importantly, letting God intervene on your behalf when you're in those moments, versus just trying to deal with it alone, because that's something that I've wrestled with, just thinking that, all right, I'm strong enough, I could withstand these thoughts, or these feelings that maybe just continual, or just keep showing up, that can overwhelm me or make me feel like I'm stagnant, or almost paralyzed. Um, where it leads me to not taking action, or it leads me to just having a very skewed view of the world, or skewed view of myself. So I just wanted to encourage you guys that we all are going through things that we have to overcome mentally and physically and emotionally and even spiritually. But if we can go back to the evidence of, one, knowing that God can help me get through this situation, and then my experiences that I've already gone through have helped me get through these situations. And maybe you can't tie those experiences, but I'm sure if you even share that story with someone, they can resonate. And even if like an older person or somebody you find in wise counsel, they can also affirm you in that. So don't feel like you're alone in that. Just know that there are ways and solutions that can help you could say, deal with it better, because they're not gonna just go away permanently. They're gonna always come back, especially if you're like applying yourself, and you're on the right path as far as just working in alignment. Um, so just keep that in mind, and just know, I'm rooting for you, and you got this. So until next time, thanks.